What makes a film great? For Francis Ford Coppola, it's not just about spectacle or box office success. It's about the profound emotional journey that cinema takes us on. In this list, we explore the top 15 greatest movies of all time, according to Francis Ford Coppola, films that have shaped his understanding of storytelling, character, and humanity. Join us as we journey through these masterpieces, each one a testament to the power of storytelling and the emotional depths cinema can reach. Number 1. 12 Angry Men, 1957. Sidney Lumet's 12 Angry Men is a riveting, character-driven drama that remains one of the most influential films in American cinema. Set entirely in one room, the film follows a jury deliberating the fate of a young man accused of murder. It's a masterclass in tension, moral complexity, and the human condition. For Coppola, 12 Angry Men is a film that captures the raw power of dialogue, showcasing how conversations and human emotions can drive a narrative forward in ways that visuals alone cannot. The film's success lies in its intimate, claustrophobic setting, where each character reveals deeper layers of prejudice, empathy, and doubt. Lumet's direction ensures that every gesture, every shift in tone, is felt. Coppola has often praised how Lumet's skillful handling of suspense, despite the film's limited setting, elevates the story beyond its premise. Each of the 12 jurors is distinct, and the dynamics between them allow for a profound exploration of moral responsibility. Henry Fonda's performance as juror number 8 is particularly significant. His quiet insistence on reasonable doubt, even in the face of overwhelming opposition, embodies the power of individual conviction in the face of a system designed to silence it. This theme of standing alone against the crowd resonates deeply with Coppola, whose own career was often defined by his willingness to take bold risks in his storytelling. Ultimately, 12 Angry Men is a film about justice, the complexities of human nature, and the consequences of our decisions. For Coppola, its impact is clear, not just as a cinematic achievement, but as a film that forces us to reflect on our own capacity for empathy and judgment. In a world increasingly divided, 12 Angry Men serves as a powerful reminder of the power of dialogue and the importance of understanding. Number 2. The Night of the Hunter, 1955. Charles Laughton's The Night of the Hunter is a haunting, atmospheric tale of innocence versus evil, and it's one of Coppola's most cherished films. The film tells the story of a ruthless preacher, played by Robert Mitchum, who marries a widow with the intention of stealing her late husband's money. What follows is a chilling exploration of moral corruption, faith, and the darkness of the human soul. The Night of the Hunter remains a standout in American cinema for its blend of expressionism, Southern Gothic atmosphere, and social commentary. Laughton's direction is bold and unconventional, using visual symbolism and lighting to convey the inner turmoil of the characters. Mitchum's portrayal of the villainous preacher is unforgettable, evoking both menace and a terrifying, twisted charm. Coppola admires Laughton's use of shadows and framing, which create a sense of dread that permeates every scene. The film's oppressive mood, paired with its surreal imagery, makes it an unsettling experience that lingers long after the credits roll. Coppola has often spoken about how The Night of the Hunter was ahead of its time. The film's use of contrast between the preacher's public persona of piety and his private life of villainy serves as a critique of hypocrisy in American society. In this way, the film's themes resonate with Coppola's own interest in exploring the duality of human nature, especially in his depictions of power, corruption, and morality. Despite its initial box office failure, The Night of the Hunter has since become a cult classic, with critics and filmmakers recognizing it as one of the greatest films ever made. Coppola, in particular, sees it as a testament to the power of bold, unconventional storytelling. Its ability to mix elements of noir, fairy tale, and psychological drama makes it an enduring influence on filmmakers who dare to explore the darker aspects of humanity. Number 3. Lawrence of Arabia, 1962. David Lean's Lawrence of Arabia is a cinematic epic that continues to stand as a triumph of both storytelling and technical achievement. The film chronicles the life of T.E. Lawrence, a British officer who becomes a legendary figure in the Arab revolt against the Ottoman Empire during World War I. For Coppola, Lawrence of Arabia is the epitome of a film that blends historical grandeur with intimate character study. The film's sweeping landscapes, coupled with Peter O'Toole's iconic performance, create a sense of scale that few films can replicate. The film's cinematography is nothing short of legendary, with Robert Bolt's screenplay bringing to life the complexities of Lawrence's character. Lean's direction, combined with the vast, desolate desert landscapes, evokes both the isolation and grandeur of Lawrence's journey. Coppola has often noted how Lawrence of Arabia uses the landscape as an essential character, reflecting Lawrence's inner turmoil and his struggle for identity amidst the geopolitical forces at play. The desert becomes a metaphor for both the vastness of history and the complexity of the human soul. Peter O'Toole's performance as Lawrence is magnetic, capturing the contradictions of a man driven by both idealism and a need for power. His character's internal struggle and his journey from hero to disillusioned leader is a powerful exploration of the tension between personal ambition and the responsibilities that come with power. This theme of duality, of individuals caught between different worlds, resonates deeply with Coppola's own work. Lawrence of Arabia is a film that resonates beyond its historical context. For Coppola, it represents the pinnacle of epic filmmaking, where scale, story, and character merge into something unforgettable. The film remains a timeless masterpiece, offering profound insights into the nature of leadership, identity, and the human spirit. Number 4. The Searchers, 1956. John Ford's The Searchers is widely regarded as one of the greatest westerns ever made, and Coppola considers it a cornerstone of American cinema. The film follows Ethan Edwards, a Civil War veteran, as he embarks on a long and violent search for his niece, who has been kidnapped by Native Americans. At its heart, The Searchers is a film about revenge, racism, and the moral complexities of the American frontier. It's a meditation on the nature of heroism and the darkness that lies within those who are often seen as heroes. Coppola has often praised Ford's ability to create a narrative that isn't just about action, but about the emotional and psychological toll of violence. Ethan Edwards, played by John Wayne, is a complex figure, one who embodies the contradictions of American mythology. His relentless pursuit of his niece, despite the overwhelming toll it takes on him, becomes a tragic reflection of the cost of vengeance. Coppola notes that Ford's exploration of this theme influenced his own approach to characters trapped in cycles of violence. The film's cinematography is another reason The Searchers stands out. Ford's use of the vast landscape as a backdrop to the story highlights the isolation and desolation felt by the characters. The film's iconic wide shots of the desert also serve to emphasize Ethan's emotional and moral isolation. Coppola has spoken about how these sweeping vistas, combined with the intimate personal drama unfolding within them, create a tension that propels the narrative forward. The Searchers is a film that challenges the viewer to reconsider the ideals of the American West. For Coppola, it's not just a Western. It's a study in the complexities of the human spirit and the destructive power of obsession. The film's ambiguous ending and its deep exploration of racial and moral themes make it a work of profound significance in the history of cinema. Number 5. Apocalypse Now, 1979. Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now is not only one of his most iconic films, but also one of the greatest war films ever made. Set during the Vietnam War, the film follows Captain Willard, played by Martin Sheen, on a mission to assassinate Colonel Kurtz, a rogue officer who has gone mad and established his own empire in the jungle. Apocalypse Now is an exploration of the horrors of war, the madness that war breeds, and the personal toll it takes on those who are involved in it. For Coppola, Apocalypse Now was both a deeply personal project and an artistic challenge. The film's production, infamous for its chaotic and troubled filming process, mirrored the madness depicted in the story. Coppola's portrayal of the war is both surreal and nightmarish, capturing the madness of the Vietnam conflict in a way that few films have managed to do. His decision to focus not just on the external battles, but on the psychological impact of war sets Apocalypse Now apart from typical war films. The performances in Apocalypse Now are exceptional, with Marlon Brando's portrayal of Kurtz standing as one of the most haunting and enigmatic performances in film history. The film's use of music, particularly the iconic "The End" by The Doors, adds to its surreal and unsettling atmosphere. Coppola's direction creates a dreamlike quality, where the line between reality and madness becomes increasingly blurred, drawing the audience into a visceral, unforgettable experience. Ultimately, Apocalypse Now is a film that challenges the notion of heroism and exposes the brutal realities of war. Coppola's visionary direction, combined with its haunting performances and surreal visuals, has cemented it as a masterpiece that continues to influence filmmakers today. It remains a powerful exploration of human nature, power, and the destructive forces of war. Number 6. 2001. A Space Odyssey, 1968. Stanley Kubrick's 2001. A Space Odyssey is a towering achievement in cinema, and Coppola regards it as a masterpiece that transcends the science fiction genre. The film, which explores humanity's evolution from the dawn of man to its potential future in space, is as visually stunning as it is intellectually complex. Its philosophical themes, stunning visual effects, and revolutionary sound design have made it a touchstone for filmmakers across generations. Coppola admires how Kubrick uses minimal dialogue and striking imagery to evoke profound questions about existence, technology, and the universe. The film's slow pacing, combined with its beautiful cinematography and the haunting score by Richard Strauss, makes it an immersive experience. Kubrick's decision to make 2001 a sensory journey, with long sequences of silence and vast space, invites viewers to reflect deeply on their place in the universe, something Coppola has always appreciated. The film's central narrative, following a journey to Jupiter to discover the mystery behind an alien monolith, leaves much open to interpretation. For Coppola, 2001 is a work that defies simple explanations. Its ambiguous ending, with astronaut Dave Bowman's transformation into the Star Child, is one of the most thought-provoking moments in film. The film's ability to challenge and expand the boundaries of storytelling has influenced Coppola's own work, especially his use of symbolism and grand-scale narratives. For Coppola, 2001, A Space Odyssey isn't just a science fiction film, it's a meditation on humanity, our relationship to technology, and our potential future. It's a film that continues to resonate, with each viewing offering new insights into its complex, enigmatic world. Number 7. Sunset Boulevard, 1950. Billy Wilder's Sunset Boulevard is one of the sharpest, most cynical films ever made about Hollywood, and it's a film that Coppola has often cited as a major influence. The film tells the story of Norma Desmond, a faded silent film star who becomes obsessed with making a comeback, and the screenwriter who is drawn into her delusional world. It's a dark, satirical take on fame, obsession, and the price of living in the spotlight. Coppola is drawn to the film's critique of the Hollywood system, which mirrors some of the themes he has explored in his own work. The character of Norma Desmond, portrayed by Gloria Swanson, is a tragic figure who clings to her past glory while spiraling into madness. Her desperation for relevance is a poignant reflection of the way the film industry can consume its stars, leaving them discarded when they're no longer in demand. Coppola sees this as a timeless theme in Hollywood, how fame can be fleeting and how quickly the industry can turn on its own. Wilder's direction is superb, blending dark humor with genuine pathos. The film's opening, where a dead body is found floating in a pool, sets the tone for the twisted narrative that follows. William Holden's performance as the screenwriter caught in Norma's web is equally compelling, capturing both his moral conflict and his growing sense of dread. Sunset Boulevard is a scathing commentary on the film industry's treatment of its stars and the dangers of obsession with fame. Coppola recognizes the film's power as both a social commentary and a portrait of a tortured soul. It is a reminder that the cost of living in the limelight can often be much greater than the glory itself. Sunset Boulevard continues to be a must-see for filmmakers and audiences alike, offering a sobering look at the dark side of Hollywood. Number 8. Citizen Kane, 1941. Orson Welles' Citizen Kane is often hailed as the greatest film ever made, and Coppola, like many filmmakers, considers it a cornerstone of cinematic achievement. The film tells the story of Charles Foster Kane, a wealthy newspaper magnate whose life is chronicled through the eyes of those who knew him. What begins as a mystery, "What did Rosebud mean?" unfolds into a complex portrait of a man consumed by ambition, loneliness, and the search for meaning. Coppola admires how Welles revolutionized filmmaking with Citizen Kane, using innovative techniques like deep focus, nonlinear storytelling, and innovative sound design. Welles's ability to push the boundaries of visual and narrative structure set Citizen Kane apart from other films of its time, influencing generations of filmmakers, including Coppola. The film's exploration of the fragility of human relationships and the cost of ambition resonates deeply with Coppola's own work. The use of deep focus, where both the foreground and background are in sharp focus, is a technique Coppola has often cited as influential in his own films. It allows for greater visual storytelling, drawing the viewer into the world of the characters in a way that was revolutionary at the time. Welles also created a compelling central character in Kane, whose search for happiness and meaning ultimately leads to his downfall, making the film both a social critique and a deeply personal exploration of human flaws. For Coppola, Citizen Kane is not just a film. It's a template for how film can be an art form that blends technical innovation with emotional depth. Its impact is still felt today, and it remains an essential reference for anyone studying cinema. Number 9. The Godfather, 1972. Francis Ford narrations. Number 10. Pulp Fiction, 1994. Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction broke every rule of filmmaking and became a revolutionary force in cinema. Coppola admires Tarantino's boldness and creativity, as the film's non-linear narrative, sharp dialogue, and eclectic soundtrack redefined what modern filmmaking could be. The film's intertwining stories of crime, love, and revenge are told in a fragmented yet cohesive style that keeps viewers on their toes. For Coppola, Pulp Fiction represents a daring reimagining of film structure. Tarantino's disregard for traditional narrative chronology creates a dynamic experience where each vignette stands on its own, yet contributes to the overall picture. The film's blend of humor, violence, and pop culture references felt fresh and exciting, and Coppola has often praised Tarantino's ability to craft memorable, quotable characters that are simultaneously larger than life and deeply human. The performances of John Travolta, Uma Thurman, and Samuel L. Jackson are iconic, with each actor bringing a unique energy to their roles. Tarantino's sharp, witty dialogue allows the actors to truly shine, turning mundane conversations into memorable moments. Coppola also admires the way Tarantino uses music to elevate the film's mood, from the iconic dance scene to the opening credits. Pulp Fiction was a game-changer in the world of independent cinema, and its impact continues to be felt today. For Coppola, it represents a new era of filmmaking, where style, structure, and substance can blend seamlessly. It's a film that continues to inspire directors and audiences alike, with its audacious, innovative spirit defining a generation of filmmakers. Number 11. The Grapes of Wrath, 1940. John Ford's The Grapes of Wrath is a heartbreaking adaptation of John Steinbeck's novel, and Coppola regards it as a masterpiece of American cinema. The film follows the Joad family, migrant farmers struggling during the Great Depression, as they journey west in search of work and a better life. Through its portrayal of poverty, social injustice, and resilience, the film remains a poignant reflection on the human condition. Ford's direction and the performances of Henry Fonda and Jane Darwell make it a timeless classic that continues to resonate with audiences. Coppola admires Ford's ability to make a deeply political film that is also intensely human. The film's stark portrayal of the Joads' plight, combined with its poetic visuals and emotional depth, makes it one of the most powerful films of its time. Ford's use of wide shots and his focus on the land, which symbolizes both opportunity and despair, creates a visual language that underscores the struggles of the characters. The film's social commentary on the greed and cruelty of the economic system during the Depression feels just as relevant today. Henry Fonda's portrayal of Tom Joad is one of the defining performances in cinema. His transformation from a hardened man to a voice for justice and change is moving and serves as a reflection of the film's central themes of compassion, endurance, and the fight for dignity. The Joad family's collective experience becomes a microcosm for the larger struggles of the working class, making The Grapes of Wrath a poignant exploration of social and economic disparity. For Coppola, The Grapes of Wrath is a reminder of the power of film to inspire social change. The film's emotional depth, combined with its critique of the societal systems that oppress the powerless, remains a significant influence on his own work, especially in its exploration of the human cost of ambition, greed, and power. Number 12. A Clockwork Orange, 1971. Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange is a film that remains as provocative today as it was upon its release. Based on Anthony Burgess's novel, the film follows Alex, a teenage delinquent in a dystopian future, whose violent behavior leads to his capture and controversial rehabilitation. The film explores themes of free will, violence, and the conflict between individual freedom and societal control. Coppola, known for his own provocative filmmaking, considers A Clockwork Orange a daring exploration of human nature and the extremes to which society will go to control it. For Coppola, Kubrick's fearless approach to storytelling, particularly the film's blending of violence with dark humor, was groundbreaking. Kubrick's use of classical music, especially the use of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, contrasts with the horrific violence on screen, creating an unsettling dissonance that amplifies the film's exploration of moral corruption. The stark, clinical set design and the film's striking visual style add to the cold, impersonal tone, making A Clockwork Orange a disturbing yet mesmerizing experience. Malcolm McDowell's portrayal of Alex is unforgettable, capturing the character's disturbing charm and his descent into violence. The film's exploration of Alex's eventual forced reconditioning challenges the idea of morality and free will. Coppola has often noted how the film's questioning of authority and its critique of societal norms struck a chord with audiences, especially in a period marked by political unrest. Coppola also praises Kubrick's exploration of the human psyche. A Clockwork Orange is a chilling, thought-provoking film about the dangers of a society that prioritizes control over individuality. It remains an essential film for understanding the relationship between violence, media, and the loss of personal freedom. Number 13. Bicycle Thieves, 1948. Vittorio De Sica's Bicycle Thieves, or Ladri di Biciclette, is one of the most important films of the Italian neorealism movement, and Coppola considers it a masterwork of emotional storytelling. The film tells the simple yet powerful story of a man, Antonio Ricci, whose bicycle is stolen, leaving him unable to continue his job as a poster hanger. His desperate search through post-World War II Rome to find it becomes a universal exploration of poverty, family, and the human spirit. For Coppola, Bicycle Thieves represents the essence of neorealism, films that depict everyday life and the struggles of ordinary people. The film's minimalism, in both narrative and technique, allows the viewer to connect deeply with the characters and their struggles. The non-professional actors, including Lamberto Maggiorani as Antonio, bring a raw authenticity to the story, making it feel more like a documentary than a fictional narrative. Coppola has spoken about how the simplicity of the story and the sincerity of the performances make it one of the most emotionally affecting films ever made. The film's central theme of moral dilemmas, Antonio's decision to steal a bicycle after he is unable to find his own, forces the audience to grapple with questions of right and wrong in the face of dire circumstances. Coppola admires De Sica's ability to tell a deeply human story without resorting to melodrama or sentimentality, making Bicycle Thieves one of the most emotionally powerful films in cinema history. The film's ending, where Antonio is left broken by his failure to secure a bicycle and the destruction of his dignity, underscores the cruel reality of life for the working poor. Bicycle Thieves remains a timeless exploration of the fragility of hope and the lengths to which people will go to survive. Coppola considers it a crucial part of the cinematic canon, inspiring filmmakers to focus on human stories that resonate deeply with audiences. Number 14. The Maltese Falcon, 1941. John Huston's The Maltese Falcon is one of the most iconic films in the film noir genre, and Coppola has frequently cited it as a film that shaped his understanding of how to tell a compelling, suspenseful story. The film, based on Dashiell Hammett's novel, follows private detective Sam Spade as he becomes entangled in a complex web of deceit, betrayal, and murder, while investigating the mysterious case of a valuable statuette. The film's tight narrative, sharp dialogue, and unforgettable characters make it one of the defining films of its genre. Coppola admires Huston's direction and the way he uses the conventions of the noir genre to explore deeper themes of morality, corruption, and human frailty. Humphrey Bogart's portrayal of Sam Spade is one of the most iconic performances in film history, capturing both the detective's cynicism and his underlying sense of honor. Coppola has spoken about how The Maltese Falcon uses its twists and turns to not only entertain, but also comment on the inherent darkness of the human soul. The film's setting, with its moody lighting and shadowy figures, encapsulates the essence of film noir. Coppola recognizes Huston's genius in crafting a world where no one is completely innocent, and every character has something to hide. The film's tension builds with every scene, drawing the audience into a world of suspicion and intrigue. This exploration of moral ambiguity and the unpredictable nature of human relationships continues to influence Coppola's own approach to storytelling. Ultimately, The Maltese Falcon is a quintessential noir film, and for Coppola, it represents a perfect blend of plot, character, and atmosphere. Its influence on both the detective genre and the broader world of cinema cannot be overstated, and it remains a key part of film history. Number 15. Tokyo Story, 1953. Yasujiro Ozu's Tokyo Story is a slow, poignant exploration of family, generational conflict, and the changing dynamics of post-war Japan. Coppola considers Tokyo Story one of the greatest films ever made, not just for its quiet beauty, but for its deep emotional resonance. The film tells the story of an elderly couple who travel to Tokyo to visit their grown children, only to find that they are too busy with their own lives to spend time with them. The film's exploration of family, aging, and the passage of time has made it a universally relatable and enduring masterpiece. Coppola admires Ozu's subtlety and his ability to convey profound emotional depth without resorting to melodrama. The film's simplicity, both in narrative and in its restrained direction, allows the viewer to connect deeply with the characters. Ozu's use of stillness and the placement of characters in the frame enhances the emotional weight of each scene, drawing attention to the unspoken tensions and feelings that simmer beneath the surface. Coppola has noted how Ozu's approach to storytelling influenced his own work, particularly in how to handle complex emotional situations with grace and restraint. The performances in Tokyo Story are subtle and natural, with Chishu Ryu and Chieko Higashiyama's portrayal of the elderly parents capturing the quiet sadness and wisdom that come with age. The film's exploration of the emotional distance between parents and their adult children feels timeless and deeply human. Coppola sees Tokyo Story as a reflection on the fleeting nature of life and the emotional isolation that can occur as time passes. For Coppola, Tokyo Story is not just a film about family. It's about the inevitability of change and the deep emotional bonds that remain even as those changes occur. It is a film that continues to resonate with viewers of all ages and remains a touchstone for filmmakers exploring the complexities of family dynamics and the passage of time.